And so again, I'm going to invite you to listen with eyes closed or eyes open as we begin to practice now. Staying present even when we have visual stimulus coming in, and or just closing one's eyes. So you can go back and forth and just see what works for you and what enables you to stay connected with yourself. So just go ahead and take your attention down into the lower half of your body. And just notice your physicality, this body, which you call you, which you've been living in and inhabiting your entire life. And you can feel the weight of it, right? You can feel the weight of the body. And you can feel particularly elevated sensations in the spots where your body is in direct contact with your seat. You can feel the pressure of your weight settling down there. And so you can just let your attention open to that. And through that body to earth connection, you can begin to sense some qualities that are arising from the earth below. So through the energetic sensing of your body, which is in direct contact and resting upon the earth, you can directly sense stillness. You can directly sense support, unending support. No matter how much we soften down, it's like the earth rises up to meet us. So we give ourselves down and the earth rises up to meet us. And let your body register that. Let your body register the fact that you can completely let go. Let those places in you that somehow have learned that they have to hold themselves up or hold themselves together, that they can give themselves, that they can just rest here. And as that begins to happen, you might kind of notice a little bit of almost like a settling happening in the body, maybe exactly like a settling happening in the body as the sediment begins to kind of make its way down. And you may also notice at this point, now that we're more deeply settled into the body, that you become aware of the places that are relaxing quite easily and the places that are tending to hold on a little bit more. And we find this place of equanimity for whatever it is that is showing up, meaning equal acceptance, equal attention, equal openness for those places that are softening and those places that are a little more challenged around softening. So where are you noticing in your body right now that is letting go quite easily? And what places tend to hold a little bit, tend to kind of hold back a little bit? And we can see these places with kindness. And this is all part of being there for ourselves, being present for ourselves, because nobody else is going to do this for us. And you may notice that as you bring presence to these places that do tend to hold on and hold back a little bit, you may notice that they really enjoy your presence. They really there's kind of a warmth that you might feel coming in, and you might feel that those places that were at first holding back a little bit, that they begin to join the flow, the downward flow. That there's kind of a softening happening, and maybe even awareness of subtler and subtler sensations, some tingling, a sense of flow. And let's just let our tongues just rest in a very relaxed way in the floor of our mouth. And let's let our lower jaw just hang from the upper jaw. Let's let our scalp lay over our skull like silk. And our forehead is smooth. The brain is floating in the skull. The eyes are soft. And the shoulders are heavy. And the collarbones are wide. The heart is bright. The belly is soft. Mm. And then notice your breath moving within your physicality. And maybe the breath helps to reveal other places of holding. And so just let the edges of the breath gently brush up against the outskirts of the breath range. And again, let the breath meet all of the edges, whether they're yielding or resisting. Let it meet all of the edges equally. No preference. Just a willingness to be available to our whole experience as it is. There's a place in us that knows that everything that is arising right now in this moment is as it needs to be, is as it is, for reasons that we may not understand. And so we let go of the ideal sensations, physical experience, breath experience, all of that, we just completely let that go. We give the moment the benefit of the doubt. And we meet the details of each moment with the openness of our being. And we can take a moment to also open to the way that our mind is showing up in this moment. Has it been on its own kind of little journey? Is it settling here? Is it going off on little tangents here and there? And that's all okay. We just notice that. And we just allow the mind to be as it is. So we don't go into battle with the mind. We just acknowledge it as it is, and then it has less power over us. We don't battle mind with mind, but instead we just bring our focus back to the world of sensation, to the body. And at this point, we may start becoming aware of subtler sensations, those related to the world of feeling and emotion. And maybe that was already happening for you. And so just see if you can open to those as well. Perhaps memories from your day or recent times come up along with the emotions, because often the stories will be triggered at the same time, and that's okay. Maybe that helps you to zone in on where exactly those emotional energies are living in your body, and let yourself be drawn in to wherever it feels most compelling. And just open to that. Let the emotional energies that are showing up here be however they are, as tight as they need to be, as activated as they need to be, or as they are. Give them all the space they need. Yeah. So whether you're feeling a swirling in the solar plexus, or a contraction there, or a heaviness in the heart, a tightening in the throat, let it be as tight as it wants to be. Let it swirl as much as it needs to. Let it be as heavy as it is. And we can notice that for ourselves that when we give permission to the emotional sensations to be just as they are, there's a tendency to have more kind of peace and equanimity that comes online in addition to the sensations. It may not get rid of them, but there's this availability of just more relaxation in the midst of what's happening, and less resistance. You just notice that as your system, when we do this together, the system is basically integrating energies that maybe didn't have a chance to integrate today or last week or maybe over the course of your lifetime. So when we bring presence to our moment, all of the unintegrated energies come pouring forth, because all they've ever wanted is to be acknowledged and to be given the space to be free. And so even just a little bit of presence will bring forward unintegrated energies. And so we can just know that this is part of the process, that we're not looking to be free of emotions. We're looking for the freedom to feel, not freedom from feeling. The freedom to feel. And then you may be aware of any energy centers that are particularly active at this time, and you can include that in your awareness, and maybe do a scan from the tailbone to the crown, just to tend to these hardworking centers that are always working for you to digest energies that didn't have a chance to in previous moments. And take advantage of the shared field. When we come together, all of us willing to be present here, willing to open to our current experience as it is, we are fortifying each other's capacity. We're adding to the power of the field, so that we're not just spectators here. We are all contributing to what is unfolding here. We're not doing anything special. We're just being here now to the best of our ability. Nothing beyond our capacity is being asked of us right now. We're only able to be as present as we're able to be, and that's enough. So we don't have to search for anything that's not here. We're just really simply opening to what is here. That's all. It's not more complicated than that. You know, sometimes the mind will come in and say, am I missing something? You're not missing anything. And the intelligence of the moment will just bring forth whatever is wanting to be included. So really it's about sitting back, resting, being open, and just noticing. Just like you would sit on your porch or in your living room and look outside the window, and you're not looking for anything in particular, but things will come across your screen, right? A bird, a plant moving, a squirrel, the rain falling. You don't have to try to see, you're just there open, that's all. And it all just comes to you. And sometimes as you're looking out on such a scene, all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, but the eyes are drawn somewhere. It's like something just kind of turns the head or moves the eyes. It's like an intuitive thing. And the same thing happens with this type of presencing. Just very intuitive. The more you relax, the more open you are to these intuitive inclinations to look here, to look there, to open to this. It's all just happening for you. You don't have to try. And all that's being asked is to include, and to include, and to include this too.